And let's revisit our top story now. A top Kenya government delegation at The Hague today engaged in intense diplomatic efforts just hours before it puts its position before ICC member states. Kenya is seeking support from the Assembly of State Parties to have the case against Deputy President William Ruto dropped. Joining us now live from The Hague is Hussein Mohammed with more. Hussein, tell us more about these efforts, specifically the intense lobbying that is taking place even at this hour.
Right, Anna, you put it rightly there. There's been intense lobbying throughout the day, and that is not going to end time very soon until tomorrow afternoon when Kenya's agenda will come up at the plenary. It will be general debate. But yes, there has been a lot of lobbying, and you remember Kenya succeeded, the Kenyan delegation succeeded, the government delegation, to have its agenda, first of all, even be put at the Assembly of State Parties this year. This happened just 2 days ago. But now, and that seems so distant with the gravity of what will happen tomorrow. If there's a time, and they were told today by the African Union, when they were talking here with a meeting with the Kenyan delegation, the debate, they say, is today. It has meaning they have to make sure they get as enough member states as possible behind them before they go for tomorrow's debate. This is how it was today during the lobbying.
The Kenyan delegation at the Assembly of State Parties was frantically lobbying today, including a session that brought together Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohammed and ICC Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda. Kenyan MPs also met with the Assembly President Sidiki Kaba, plus other African Union member countries. Geopolitics seem to be at play in Kenya's diplomatic charm, with the African Union and Kenya demanding that the African voice be heard. Threats also seem to be subtly issued.
Not Kenya alone, African Union, South Africa, including Ethiopia. That is, we're saying we are members. Give us our space. If you don't give us, then you don't want us. And where we are not wanted, then we have no business.
Kenya supports the efficient use of financial resources contributed by member states, and therefore will be hesitant to support any activities or projects that unnecessarily inflate the budget. We urge extreme caution and accountability by all organs of the court in matters pertaining to finances.
When pushing for its agenda to be slotted by the Assembly of State Parties Bureau, an equivalent of the Executive Council consisting of 18 states, Kenya's support came from 4 African members of the Bureau, that is South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana and Uganda. Germany, Czech Republic and Costa Rica were against, but it sailed through, with sources saying the United Kingdom silently supported Kenya, giving it a key push. The Kenyan delegation is courting the support of the 34 African nations, with many saying they will support Kenya's push. Botswana, however, is not supporting, while Francophone countries have been traditionally lukewarm. In Europe, Italy is supporting Kenya. Germany, Netherlands and the Scandinavian countries are yet to be convinced. The Kenyan team is also seeking the support of Latin America members, with Costa Rica among those opposing Kenya's agenda.
And on the working group today with the Kenyan delegation has been trying to finalize the draft of what will be presented tomorrow during the debate. You can see that on your screen right now. The first issue there, the specific one applying now to Kenya's agenda, what it will read is: the Assembly reaffirms the non-retroactive application of the amended Rule 68 to situations commenced before the 27th November 2013. That is, it won't now affect anything that has happened or any case that was active before then, including the Ruto Sang case. And the second agenda there will be, this is how to be drafted. This is the draft ASP agenda we get for Kenya. The Assembly agrees to appoint an ad hoc mechanism of independent juries to audit the prosecutor's witness identification and recruitment processes, that is, in the Kenya cases. And so what does that mean? This is what the Kenya agenda is, and we'll now see if this is the draft we've got, if this is how it will be presented tomorrow, so that a resolution will be made at the plenary with the majority of the states. Or it could go the other way, because, and remember, there's the other side, civil society organizations here lobbying against what the Kenyan government delegation is lobbying for. And we've also seen the prosecutor of the ICC, the registrar. They've all talked very firmly about the independence of the court and the fact that according to them, this will be sub judice, especially in the Rule 68, because there's an active appeal by the Ruto defense about the application of Rule 68. So, Anne, it's very interesting to see who or what will carry the day here tomorrow.
All right, Hussein, before we let you go, you've talked about the lobbying, but what could Kenya say to countries that are, you know, true believers of the court? What could they possibly say to them to have them change their mind about the way the court is carrying out its conduct, or even to say that this case may have a negative impact either in Kenya or even on the region?
Right, and of course, you know, there are 123 states, it's good to mention, that have signed the Rome Statute. 34 of them come from Africa, so that is why it's very crucial first for Kenya to get all the African states behind them. And for the states that have not confirmed yet, of course, I mean, like you said, the lobbying is going on right now. You never know, they may have gotten the nod from some of the states that are, we say, are appearing lukewarm. We never know, we'll know tomorrow. For example, Kenya, the Kenyan delegation will be meeting the Latin American countries tomorrow morning. Currently, they're still meeting more AU members or African states right now as we speak. But there are a lot of things they've been talking about. Some of these African nations, the African Union, Kenya, South Africa, at the plenary yesterday, kept hammering this point home, that there cannot be justice without peace, talking about the Sudan situation, talking about the Kenya situation, and now on even geopolitics, talking about terrorism that is affecting the whole of the world. This could be looked at as one of the ways they're trying to get to the European countries, especially Scandinavian countries, and Germany and Netherlands, who have not been very keen to side with Kenya on this, because recently we saw what happened in Paris. There's still a problem there, and all over the world as regards to terrorism. They're telling them, you have to listen to Africa. This is where, I mean, if Africa is safe, then I mean, the whole of the world will be safe. And they're talking now about the need for stability. Kenya's focal point, and as far as terrorism is concerned, its closeness to Somalia and all that, and so they're hoping that can help them. But like I said, there's also the other side. There's the civil society, there's the prosecution of what they've been saying, or the ICC in general on what they've been saying. And it's very, very interesting to see who will win this diplomatic battle and how it will go tomorrow.
Right. Thank you very much. Hussein Mohammed reporting live from The Hague. And remember, that conversation is the subject of our discussion on Opinion Court. That's a little later in this